So we're gonna keep going, we're gonna battle through it, and I'll let you know how I feel about coming here at the end. If you do go, good luck. Be prepared for a lot of crowds. Hello everyone, we are in London today. How exciting. I love coming out to London. It's literally my favourite place to be. We're in Chelsea today for the Chelsea in Bloom flower show. Now there is an actual flower show that's a paid ticket event. The Chelsea in Bloom aspect of it is free. There is loads of businesses in Chelsea that are participating in this competition, so they do vote. It's a contest to see who has the best flower display. There's over 140 displays around Chelsea, so I'm gonna go to all of them today, I hope. There's a trail that starts at Sloane Square, so I'm gonna head there first, but I'm very excited about this today. I'm very excited to bring you guys along with me. Let's go. Also, I swear every time I come into London, I come to a different area, and it shocks me every time how different each area is. Look how pretty this place is. I've never seen these kinds of red brick buildings. Okay, so I've made it to Sloane Square. There's quite a lot of people here. Chelsea in Bloom is on this entire week. I came on a Wednesday hoping for less crowds, and I think there are less crowds than they're going to be this weekend. This weekend is going to be like 30 degrees here in London, so I think it's going to be manic. But it's not too bad. I was hoping to get a rickshaw ride. They do free rickshaw rides for the Chelsea in Bloom here, but I think you probably have to get here right as they open to book one in. The lady that I spoke to, she said that there was a line before they even opened to book one, and you can only book it on the day, you can't book it in advance. So I have missed out on that, but that's okay. I didn't really expect to have any availability with the amount of people that are here. But we're going to get started. They're not giving out maps today, but you can take a photo of the map. So we're going to try and follow that, see how we go. Like I said, I think there's 147, don't quote me on that, but 147 displays of flowers. And the theme this year is out of this world. So there's a lot of like astrological kind of displays, which is really cool. The biggest one I think is here in Sloane Square. There's a massive crowd to take a photo of it. So I'll try and get a little bit of footage of it, but we'll see how we go. The displays in this show have to use real flowers. So just look at all the baby's breath that is around this display. It's actually crazy. There is so much of it, and I love baby's breath. It's so pretty. Okay, we somehow made it through the craziness of that first display to the second display. There's a lot of bees around because, like I said, they use real flowers for the display. Okay, I've made it to the next one. I'm not going to say the numbers because I just know I'm going to lose track with over 100. This one is a spaceship, which is so cool. It's got aliens on the bottom of it and a spaceship at the top. I think some of the displays are a little bit smaller, like some of the stores have just put a few flowers in the window, which is still nice. I'll show you this one. And you just know they're real because, like, look at the amount of bees that are on them. Something's happening over here, I'm not sure what, but there's a ton of smoke coming out of this one. It's meant to be a rocket ship, so it makes sense. That is so cool. This one has the moon and the sun. That's so pretty. The streamers they put out on the street is so cute as well. This one is a cow jumping over a moon, and it's actually out the front of a butcher. This one is an ice cream shop, and it's obviously an ice cream cone with like planets sticking out of it and an alien. So cute. I love how some of the stores have like made it signify to the store that it's out the front of. So this one is out the front of a pharmacy and it's like a medicine bottle. This one is like fly trap plants. It's so cool. Kind of reminds me of those like creatures on Super Mario Bros. If anyone knows what I'm talking about. Alright, so the strip that I just showed you guys was Pavilion Road. I thought I was going to be able to follow them like one by one on the map, how they're numbered. But I don't think that's really realistic. So we're just kind of going to follow the map still, but not necessarily in the order of the numbers because it's a little bit difficult to do. Let's start the next strip. This one has what looks like Neptune on it, which is so cool. Alright guys, what you just saw was half of Sloane Street. There's one that is right behind a bus stop that is nearly impossible to get any sort of imagery of. I was there for 5 minutes trying to get a photo or a video and it was very difficult. I came into London at Christmas to see the Christmas lights here and honestly it's giving those kind of vibes, and this is the Wednesday of the week. I cannot imagine what it's going to be like this weekend, especially because the weather's going to be so good as well. But we're going to keep going, we're going to battle through it and I'll let you know how I feel about coming here at the end. I'm hoping you guys can hear me, it's very loud. This is Neptune's sword. It looks like it's made out of flowers and seashells. This one here is so cool. It looks like Medusa. It is out the front of a sunglass shop, which is just so cool. I've been told that there is a dragon here that is almost impossible to get a photo or video of because so many people just are climbing it. So let's see how we go. There is another dragon here, which is actually outside the front of an Asian restaurant. Although I think the other dragon was a little bit better. But I'm no expert, so still very cool. Alright guys, I took a little lunch break just to freshen up and have something to eat. The crowd's getting kind of crazy too, so I kind of just needed a break. But we're back at it. We've done probably just under half of the entire thing, which is kind of crazy. I didn't realize how big this place was, but we're definitely gonna try and get to every spot. There's a couple of spots that are like a little bit isolated. I may not get to the one or two of them, but hopefully we're gonna see most of them. I think some of them are quite small, so the fact that there's 140 of them, I may miss some because like they're just like a very small display in like a shop window, but we're definitely hitting the big ones. Alright, let's do this. This one is really cool. It's another glasses shop and the flowers are of an eye. Some stores have put their displays in windows, which is really nice still, but it does mean that when I film it, there's a glare, so you can't really see it that well. Alright guys, we are back at Sloane Square. Essentially, there's two routes that you can take from Sloane Square that take you down two different like streets that will have a lot of the flowers on. So this morning we did the first street and now we're back at Sloane Square to take the other route to do the second street. And when I say street, it's like multiple streets, it's like a cluster of streets. I just tried to get the flowers that are outside the Ralph Lauren store that's across from Sloane Square, and let me just put some footage in of what it's like and what it's been like most of today to try and get even a photo of any of the flowers. It's like near impossible. I'll put the footage in of what it looks like. Okay, we're now heading down King's Road, which is the second section off of Sloane Square, so let's do it. So like I mentioned earlier, the theme this year is out of this world. Some of it has been done for David Attenborough, turning 100, and it's actually got quotes of things that David Attenborough has said. Let's see if we can find Australia. I've just realised there's a really cute elephant here as well. Look how cute the elephant is. I found Australia. It's kind of covered a bit, but it's down there. There's a polar bear here with a little cub on top of it. And there's also a leopard, I think it is, that's climbing over the top just there. And a bird and a butterfly. And there's a gorilla down here as well. This one actually has a cow coming through the glass with a UFO on top of it. This is really cool. It says caution area SW3. We're still going strong. Let me tell you, this is a very long street, and it's funny because there were crowds that I was kind of going along with most of the street, but they've disappeared, and it is starting to sprinkle a little bit of rain, so I kind of wonder if people have sort of given up by now because the spots are a little bit more fewer and far between. But we're going to make it to the end. We're going to do it. The only realization I have is that I have to walk back on the other side of the street the other way to see the ones on that side of the street. So we're going to be here a while. Okay, I went all the way down to the end just for you guys, and honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. There's a point that I would not go past because pretty much after that it was just like a bunch or a pot of flowers out the front of some of the stores. Nothing like too creative. I don't feel like it was worth going all the way down to the end. So I'm on King's Road, which is probably the longest strip for this flower display. And the point that I would stop at is Cardigan Arms. It's a pub and they have a decently large display, but I would stop there. I wouldn't go anymore after that because honestly there was hardly anything and it really wasn't worth the extra walk. Anyway, now I am walking on the other side of King's Road to see some of the ones that I think I missed when I was on the opposite side. I definitely saw some bigger displays down this side when I was walking up. We're going to go check those out and then we're going to wrap this day up because I feel like I've been walking for like 4 hours. Honestly, a little review after this. I think it was definitely worth coming to see it at least once. I definitely wouldn't come back though. I feel like it was very crowded, very chaotic, and if I'm honest, some of the flowers even have started to die, and it's only Wednesday, it's supposed to go until Sunday, so I don't know if they're going to replace some of the flowers that are dying or what they're going to do, but it was a little bit disappointing to see the astronaut, but hi.
What's your name?
Nina and Popcorn.
Nina?
And Popcorn. Thank you. I think it will definitely be worth coming back just to see like the massive ones, like the Earth that we saw, and also the astronauts and ones like that were really impressive. But I just don't think it's worth doing the entire walk, and it has taken me most of the day. Like it's 5 o'clock now, and I started at maybe 12:30. Alright guys, so a little summary of what I thought of today. Like I briefly mentioned before, I think it was definitely worth going. Like, I'm glad that I went. But if you were to go, I would recommend just going to the Earth, the astronaut with the moon, maybe the dragon, and the UFO. They were the main highlights for me personally. The ones that I saw at the beginning were the best ones, and then when you really got like down the second half of King's Road, it was not worth it to me. But I definitely wouldn't spend another like 4 or 5 hours having a look at all these. I would probably keep it to like an hour or two to see the main ones. I definitely don't think it's worth the whole day. If you've ever been to London at Christmas and gone to see the Christmas lights and the Christmas display, it was a little bit like that in terms of like trying to get a photo. There was so many people like just cutting in front of you to get a photo. There was no system and no line. I feel like this is kind of hard to say, but like I feel like it would be really cool if there was some kind of organization, like a lining system or something at each of these stores where you could line up to take a photo and it was a little bit more organized. So my patience definitely disappeared by the end of the day. I'm not a very patient person, but obviously I was polite and waited, but there was just so many people constantly cutting in front. It was very frustrating, to be honest. If you're there to just have a look, it might be actually quite nice because you don't have to be standing there waiting for like a photo. But yeah, a photo is kind of annoying to wait for, and there's a lot of people just pushing and shoving to get the photo without considering the people around them, I guess. I think this weekend's going to be crazy. I definitely don't recommend going this weekend. I mean, if you can go on a weekday, for sure, try and go. Or if you do go on the weekend, maybe just go to like those 4 or 5 few that are really good to see. But I think it's going to be quite crazy, especially because it was so busy today. The weather wasn't amazing and it's a weekday, whereas this weekend's going to be like 30 degrees and obviously it's the weekend. So if you do go, good luck. Be prepared for a lot of crowds and have a lot of patience. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the day. Please like and subscribe if you've been liking my content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.